Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at LandAcademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
This is Stephen Jack Butala for Land Academy. Jack's my middle name. Welcome to our Cash Flow from Land show, which makes us Jack and Jill.
It does.
We show you how to buy property for half of what it's worth and resell it the next day. Great information and instruction from Jack, that's me.
And inspiration from Jill, that's me.
In this episode, Jill and I talk about what's your unfair advantage. I love this topic. I can tell you right now, part of it involves world-class data. Jill, great show. Before we start, let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com, our free online community.
Okay. Sarah from Michigan asks, I have a list of sellers with multiple parcels they would like to sell. Are there any specific ideas or suggestions for negotiating multiple parcels?
First of all, these are the best deals you can do, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. You know, it's literally multiple birds with one stone. You got one seller, one document, if they're all in the same county, and you go through the same amount of work for one property as you do 50. So that's the best way to go. In fact, one of the things Jill teaches all the time is to always ask a seller if they have anything else they want to sell.
Absolutely.
So if it's multiple acreage, what you want to do is you want to negotiate a price per acre that's based on the largest property. And here's why. If you have 52 quarter acre properties and one 40 acre property, you can say, hey, I'll give you $100 an acre. So for that 40 acre property, that's $4,000. And that's a pretty fair price. Maybe slightly a little too high for Jill's taste, but that's fair. Mm-hmm. But those quarter acre properties end up being 4 of them for $100 or $25 each. So I'm being a little bit exaggerated. Honestly, not too much though, because Jill and I have actually purchased property for $11 each. Mm-hmm. So the way the math works out, I don't want to sit here and explain it. The way the math works out, if you purchase negotiate price per acre based on the largest acreage, and you're going to get a smoking deal on the tiny little lots, if there's in there. If
perfect.
They're in there.
That was a perfect way of doing it, and thank you.
Is that short enough for you?
No, it's great.
I get a lot of trouble from Jill by being too lengthy.
No. I mean, I think that was, you just answered the question. Thank you for answering the question. I think sometimes you go off on it. Oh, Stephen, you know how much I appreciate you.
I know.
And we all do. But sometimes you go off a little bit where we're like, okay, what? Yay.
You know, it's a pile of roses being with you, Jill. So you're flawless. So.
Oh, no, I know I'm not. All right. This is not.
Hey,
I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus.
Hey, if you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816, and please don't be boring.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
So our topic today is you can't win. Oh, that's not the topic today. The topic today is, what is your unfair advantage? Mm-hmm. This is Jill. This is a topic you came up with, and I absolutely love it. You need an unfair advantage to be successful. That's just the way it is. So if someone told you that you don't, they're wrong. In the stock market, inside information is a felony. You go to prison for buying and selling stock based on some information that you have inside the company. In real estate, it's not only encouraged, but it's rewarded. So it's all about the information.
Yep.
And that's what we provide.
Yep.
We would provide education, experience, and all the tools to succeed. That's your inside track. Mm-hmm. That is your
unfair advantage.
Your unfair advantage. And I'll tell you, you're not going to go anywhere in this business or any other business without motivation and inspiration. Mm-hmm. The kind that Jill provides to all of us here at Land Academy, and a special version of it for me.
Oh my goodness. That is so good. It's so fun. I do provide a special bit for you. You need special motivation. You know what's interesting, Stephen? Our team gives me special motivation.
Oh my gosh, what does that mean?
No, I just kidding. You know, you work closely with each other. I think that's what's happening right now. We've had we've been so busy in so many. It just keeps happening. Careful what you put out there, because it is going to happen. If you say, I want to be this successful, I want this to happen, I want this many listeners, I want this going on, I want this many transactions. Oh, you better be ready. Yeah, because it's going to happen. So that's what's going on with us constantly. Constantly. I used to think that every time it's a one-off. I finally accepted the fact that our success is not a one-off. So that's where we are.
When we started Land Academy, I really doubted whether or not it was going to work. Honestly, Jill, you know this. Mm-hmm. And I think you were diametrically the opposite. Mm-hmm. I think you were absolutely convinced from the get-go, from the initial conversation, that it was going to work. And so, I didn't take the necessary steps, I think now looking back, to really do some stuff in a preliminary way, set up systems and everything to deal with the demand. Mm. So consequently, we've grown too fast, and we've taken a step back now over the last month, but grew too fast, and everybody's just running around without any systems in place. It's a tough spot to be in. I'm way too old to be going through this again, but we got it worked out, I think, and everybody's getting the service that they need. And Success Plant was just a huge help.
Do you know what I've got to say? This is part of the topic today. Part of the unfair advantage that you and I have whenever we start any business or any venture is we both will not stop. Yeah. So it's funny how you say that you were hesitant, but I don't think you were, Stephen, because you never said, all right, that's it, we're out, we're throwing in the towel. No, maybe you had this thing in the back of your head, but you certainly didn't act that way, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, you never let them see a sweat.
Well,
is that what you mean?
Well, no, I just think that I knew that this was going to be successful because I wouldn't let it not be successful. Yeah. And I think that's an unfair advantage. I'm not going to stop, period. I'll do whatever it takes.
I mean, we're on vacation right now.
Yeah.
And we're recording this.
Exactly.
We could be out horsing around and having fun. I mean, I'm having fun.
We're having fun.
No, I've never seen more motivation.
Yeah.
Honestly, from both of us.
I think that could be, you can kind of call it an unfair advantage because, you got to have the stamina. You got to have the drive.
You have a lot of energy, Jill.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Got to have the energy. So that's another careful what you wish for thing. Before I met you, throughout my life, I've had a lot of people that couldn't keep up with me, and it was very frustrating for me. Oh. And I put it out there that, gosh, boy, the next individual I'm going to get involved with, I need him to have a lot of energy, and I need him to even kind of, it'd be nice if they pushed me a little bit now and then, and wouldn't that be cool? I'm not always the cheerleader and, getting everybody motivated and going and, careful what you wish for, because you definitely meet me there and you do push me a little bit. Sometimes I never thought I would be in a situation where I'm saying, can we just take a break, please? Can we slow down? But it's true. So thank you, Stephen.
We have a bunch of products that we're ready to release, or they're very close to being ready to be released, and we're not going to do it. We're gonna hold off and make sure that everything works perfectly before we do. Did you ever walk up to like a maitre d' or somebody who's seating people at a restaurant, and there's like 19 vacant tables, and they're like, it's going to be a few minutes. It's going to be like 20 minutes, and you're saying to yourself, what kind of crazy thing is this? There's 15 vacant tables here.
Right.
I don't do that anymore because they got a whole system back there. I don't question it anymore. They have a whole system back there that maybe the kitchen's behind, maybe, there's a lot of stuff going on we don't know about. Mm-hmm. So if they can't seat us, they can't seat us.
Right.
I used to get mad.
You? Never. Hey, I gotta share something funny because I just found this a little while ago and it's cracking me up, and I just got to bring this in. So I'm looking through Success Plan, and I found some. Talk about good people in our world, okay? And I am so happy with our people. They've created some pretty darn funny forums. Have you noticed what's in there right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. I don't go in there very often. I mean, I go in there once a day and that's it because I will lose my whole day.
Right.
I can spend 9 hours in there straight.
I gotta share this. I got two that are cracking me up, and they're just from a couple days ago. One is buying land and increasing your frequent flyer miles too.
Are they using credit cards or something?
I don't know, but that's just the topic of the thread, and I'm like, oh, I haven't dug in there yet, but I'm like, I'm gonna get in there tomorrow and I'm gonna weigh in on that because I think that's absolutely hilarious. So, you know who you are, who created that thread, and I got to tell you, I love it.
That's awesome.
And then my personal favorite is, and this person knows who they are. I know that they're listening to this, and the topic of this thread is what words bring out Steven's Michigan accent.
Oh my gosh!
Have you seen that?
No, I have a Michigan accent.
Yes, and I was been
I
waiting.
have a Michigan accent.
Oh,
I've lived west of the Mississippi since the early 90s.
Steven, you do.
Why? Really?
It's great.
One of your jobs, Jill, in life is to make sure that I don't make an idiot out of myself. I mean, it's one of my jobs in your life.
Steven,
So if I have this thick Michigan accent that everyone's making fun of in front of my back, you got to tell me.
in front of my back. Well, Steven, I'm here to tell you, it's awesome. It is really good. It's one of our pro members, and it's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna get on this one too. So
That's great.
It's really
What
good.
are they?
You want to know?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna share with what he wrote. We all know Steven hails from the Detroit area, and if you didn't know it before now, the Michigan accent has a unique nasally quality to it.
Oh my gosh.
So to give Steven a gentle ribbing, I thought this might be a fun
Someone's
topic.
getting a refund tomorrow.
This is so good. And he said, maybe it's all of the podcasts I have listened to, but my vote is transaction.
Transaction. So now I'm going to sound like I'm from California. How do you say it?
Transaction.
Transaction.
Yes.
Is that from Michigan?
I'll let you know. So
Transaction.
there's a little nasally.
Okay. I know what he's talking about, or she.
All right, R. That was really good.
This is the if-then segment of the show. If you do X, then Y will happen. If you're in IT, you know all about this. If-then statements. If you have access to world-class data or information like we provide, then you can't lose. And it's
That's
as
it.
simple as that. That is your unfair advantage. If you're buying an old list on the internet because it's cheap, you're going to lose.
That's it.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show and you're not an incredibly boring person, call 800-725-8816. I bet Jill's got some inspiration for us today.
I do. So here's my thing I thought would be cool to think about. What are you watching for Steven? People like Steven, a.k.a. Jack.
Yeah, we got one. I don't know what my first name is.
What are we going to call you now? I'm a little thrown here.
A lot of people are calling me Jack, like Jack and Jill.
I know it's
Because
coming up.
we've
Stuff that we have working on.
Jill and I do talks like to REI groups and stuff, and we present ourselves as Jack and Jill, and everyone loves it. They remember us forever, and it's my middle name. So we have to convert this at some point. We'll figure it out, maybe off the air.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are you watching or reading, and is it improving your life?
Oh, Jill, you come up with some great stuff.
Thank you. And here's what's interesting. Everybody's different. I think for you, Steven, there's a lot of watching. You get in series, you get in these documentaries, and this is all positive. I'm really giving you, I love it because you bring stuff to me, and it might be you're watching a documentary on Netflix that has absolutely nothing to do with our business model or what we do. It's not real estate based or something, but you took something away from it that can help us.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great thing. And so that's my inspiration and my thought for everybody to think about. I like to read, and I do that too. I'm going to read something, pick up on something that somebody did or something, and apply it to my life. If I'm not watching or reading something really positive or maybe helpful, maybe I shouldn't be spending a lot of time on it.
Even if it's entertainment?
Oh, yeah. Entertainment. Yeah, absolutely. All day long. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I know exactly what you mean.
Okay.
No, I think you can, unless you're watching a sitcom. I mean, and even then, I really think you can learn a lot from that.
Sure.
So it's a spectrum. You have to take a couple steps back and get yourself out of what the intended purpose of whatever you're watching or reading is. So if it's a documentary on how to, like we were watching that show a while ago, Jill, about how to convert sheds. The show's called, I think it's on HGTV. We have no affiliation with this. Called He Shed, She Said.
Say that 3 times fast.
And so the whole show is these two people, usually in different states, and they're communicating with iPhones or phones. And the guy converts a shed that somebody's got in the backyard for a guy, and the girl does it for a girl. And it's very feminine and very masculine on both sides. And it's just an awful show. But I learned a lot about how to film things and why people, what they want. And it's just you got to take yourself out of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love YouTube. That's how I learn. Mm-hmm. I don't want to, and I think you learn by reading.
I read.
And that's great.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's different. So that was my inspiration for today. Thank you.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me.
And inspiration, that's me.
To get just about anything you want. We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately. Good show, Jill.
Awesome. That was good. I love
Michigan accent.
I got to tell you, when because I was preparing for the show, and I'm going through finding some questions. I have things that they ask us so we can answer here on the show. And I stumbled across those forums, and I thought, oh, that was good. I'm like, it's funny. I know mine's coming now, so all right, I'll put it out there to everybody. Bring it.
That's not. I frequently run out of stuff to make fun of about you, and I'm not joking. It's frustrating for me.
What? Oh, Steven, I give you new material every single day.
You do.
What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Oh, don't even ask me about. Hey, I have to tell you. Well, here's one: parallel parking. I'm doing much better now. I got out of the practice.
No,
right?
There's so much stuff about you, Jill, that makes you a girl next door. Let me tell you the truth. Here it is.
Okay.
Which is a great thing. There's some stuff that that you're very man about a lot of stuff, which just takes a lot of the garbage out of my life. You're a pilot, so you tend to look at things in a checklist kind of way. You're better at parallel parking, well, maybe not better than me, but you're darn better than most guys I know.
Thanks.
So no, you're very infrequently too emotional, and it happens a lot with women, and it really doesn't happen a lot with you.
Thank you.
So don't worry.
That. Okay, thanks.
There's some stuff that I'm not sure you have the best memory that there ever was, but so what? That's really convenient for a guy in a relationship.
Right.
A lot of women just remember stuff forever and they bring it up.
Jill won't remember it in a day.
People around the office say that stuff. They're like, what did she be? Yeah, she didn't remember that she did that. Yeah, she gave me.
I wonder how much does our staff walk around and go, "Don't worry about it. Go with it. Go with it. She won't remember tomorrow anyway."
This is what they say. I hear them say this. We talk about it.
What do they say?
Jill just asked me to do the same thing 2 days in a row, but it was completely in different instructions.
I know. I do. I'm here telling my staff I'm aware of that, and I am really sorry. So feel free to politely nudge me and say, yeah, let me know. I'm sorry.
Let's go buy something for half price today and resell it. Jack and Jill, information and inspiration.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at LandAcademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
LandAcademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.